just checking to make sure. Let's see what's going on here. It says I'm live. It's not connected yet. Hi everyone. Let's see if it just connected. I think it just did. Yes. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Welcome to Wednesday, 11 a.m. Pacific with Dallas Piana. I do a live every Wednesday at 11 a.m. on something that will help you move forward in your business using Facebook, right? So today we're going to be talking about how to stop the shyness and start communicating your program with confidence, okay? So let's hop right in, okay? And I think who's on here right now? A couple of people on right now. Just say hi below so I know that I am connecting. Hi, Kim. And that you're hearing me okay. And I think we're ready to rock and roll. Okay, so let's talk about it. So many of us are shy, right? Shy when we have to put ourselves out there in front of people. So what does shy mean? Let's kind of look at that. It's a feeling, right? And usually it's a feeling because we're nervous about putting ourselves out in front of people, or if we're self-conscious, or we're uncomfortable, or we're insecure with what we're going to deliver. Okay, I get it. Listen, for years when I was a nurse and I had to get up in front of a auditorium of people and talk about my department, I would tremble. So I know exactly what's going on. And when I first started doing Facebook Lives, I was, fumbling and nervous and scared and shy and didn't want to get out there. And a couple of things that help. And I'm going to go over those because the idea is to kind of backtrack a bit and get confident with your material, okay, and with your program specifically, okay. It really comes down to defining and describing, hi Tanya, describing and really knowing what your program, these few things about your program, and then to share it with others, okay? So you take the attention off you and you talk about your program. Don't talk about you delivering them, but just talk about the program, okay? So let's look at your program. These are a few things that you need to know, like spontaneously about your program. One is, who is your program for? Okay, so you've done work on a customer avatar, maybe you've fleshed out who your ideal client is, something. Who is your program for? Okay, and who is it not for? Okay, what characteristics not for these type of people? Have a comparison. Who's it for? Who's it not for? So it could be, for instance, I'll talk about me. My program is for women coaches who want to build a business online using Facebook, okay? Who it's not, and who are ready to build a business. They have to be ready. They have to be coachable. They have to be ready to implement. Okay, so there's another component to it. I describe them as women coaches, but they also have to be ready, okay? And they've got to be open to trying my strategies, okay? And really working the system for 6 months to a year, okay? That's who my program is for. Who it's not for are people that are not ready to step up and really build a business online. They're still in the hobby mode. They're still unsure that their program can deliver, okay? That's who it's not for. So you want to be sure that you are defining that out. And you can just write it out. Who is your program for? Who is it not for? Okay? So, and you're going to start communicating that, all right? But for now, just let's, use it as an exercise, all right? Next what are 3 to 5 outcomes that whoever your client is will get if they do the work in your program at the end of your program, Okay, so maybe they will have mini breakthroughs along the way, and that's great too. But what is the outcome? 3 to 5 outcomes at the end of your program, or something that they would see a year from now from taking your program. You want to write those out, okay? And get those, like, planted in your brain that you know spontaneously. Memorize them, okay? Memorize them. And you want to be specific. None of this fluffy stuff, okay? People do not respond to vague. They don't respond to fluffy. They will pass you right by because you're not speaking to them. So you really need to know your ideal client and what they are suffering with, what's their struggle, what's the challenge of which your program is going to provide an outcome for them to move them from point A to point B. We keep going back to the same thing. There's nothing magical here. If you just grasp this, you will be so freed up in your business. So, so really know specifically what the outcomes are, and no longer vague. Nothing like a be more fulfilled or they'll reach their goals. Those are too vague. Specifically, what is the outcome? Okay, 3 to 5. Next is you want to define the container of your program. So I call it a container. You might have heard it as the framework or the components of your program. So what do I mean by that? So my program container is going to be over a year long. It has a membership site where you have access 24/7 to short video instructions with documentation underneath of step-by-step what to do, of how to do something. There are templates, there are scripts, there are worksheets. So that's part of my program. Okay, so that's the container of which. I also do weekly coaching calls. So you want to, if you do weekly coaching calls, how long are the weekly coaching calls? Is it one-on-one, private? Is it in a group? Okay, so mine is in a group, but I also do private one-on-one as needed throughout the year. Okay, how else can they get a hold of you? So you want to define the framework. So for me, they can get a hold of me in Messenger. They can get a hold of me through a private Facebook group, okay, as well. All right, so that's the container. So you want to define that too. Okay, so you want to know it, like I'm just saying it off the top of my head here, and I'm being specific, okay, about what it looks like. So you want to know that too. You also want to have in your mind, why is your program different from somebody else's and will get results, okay? So just yesterday I was talking to one of my clients, and she is an extraordinary weight loss coach, okay, for people that want to lose over 40 pounds. And her program is one-on-one, and it's over 3 months. And we were discussing, why is her program, why do 100% of her clients get results, 100%, rather than somebody else, in comparison to a very famous weight loss guru, which you have no access to, and you go through a program by yourself, and it's more like a course. Okay, so can they say that they get 100% success rate? Probably not. But with her program, because she is holding your hand and coaching you along the way, her outcome is 100% her clients drop the weight. Okay, so there's a comparison. So you want to make a comparison of your own program compared to others. Why is your program gets better results than somebody else's? Okay, and it may be because of the components of it, or the structure of it, or that you are doing something different in delivering of the information to get people into action, right? It's all about getting people into action so that they get the result. So you want to spell that out. Now, if you've got this all spelled out and you're reciting it and you're memorizing it every day, do you think it would be easier for you to write about it in a post? You know, you wouldn't be so hesitant of being self-conscious about it because you've practiced it and you've written it out and you're owning it, you're taking a stand for your program. The more you take a stand for your program and you know and you have confidence that it produces results, the shyness will go away. And you can say matter of factly that your program works. Hi, Ravina. Hi, Heather. And you can stand for that your program works no matter what. Now, with client after client after client, you're going to get more and more confident in stating the outcomes of your program. Okay? So in the beginning, you may be a little wobbly with it, but that's okay. But the point is, start with writing posts about it, of how you can deliver your program, or like now, I'm doing a live and I'm sharing with you, okay, how to become more confident in communicating your program, and I'm actually delivering my program, right? I'm telling you about my program, okay? So you can do it that way as well. And what's so great about Facebook is I really am not standing on stage in front of 20, 50, 100 people, okay? I'm actually speaking into the void, okay? And I'm looking at myself on screen here. And I'm looking over here and I'm seeing who's on. But I'm less scared because I don't have a live audience, okay? So the more I go live, the more comfortable I become in sharing my program with you. And it's just a matter of fact of constantly sharing what the outcomes are. You know, that you're going to be comfortable being visible online, that you're going to have laser focused messaging, that you're going to know exactly how to attract and build an audience of ideal clients, that you're going to be able to nurture them and convert them into clients as well. I mean, that's basically what my program is all about. I mean, there's other things, but if I told you every little detail of my program, you would go to sleep. Okay? Because there are specific things that I know through doing customer research and asking my ideal clients what their issues are and struggles are. I know my program is built around taking away those challenges for people so that they can have a success and actually have clients and get clients using Facebook online. So my delivery of outcomes is 3 to 5 bullet points. Okay? Build an audience, nurture an audience, convert an audience. Okay? Basically, that's it. There's other little nuances and tips and tricks along the way, but it basically rolls into that. And then there is a structure of which you do this over time when you work with me. And it's all about the routines and the consistency. So the more you can, like I say, write out who your program is for, who it's not for. What are 3 to 5 outcomes that your program delivers specifically? No more vagueness. Okay? People will scroll right by if you're not going to tell them exactly what your program outcomes are. Okay? What is your container of how the delivery of the program is? So people are thinking, can I do that? Is once a week enough? Is the video component of it, would that work for me? Okay, if you don't have video component, does that work for me? Okay, does it work for me that I have to get on a call regardless every week? Are your calls recorded? Can I access them if I miss something? Okay, that's another component. Okay, so you want to spell it out. And then what is the difference between your program and somebody else's program who's a competitor? So why would someone get a better result working with you than somebody else? And it could be their structure, how their framework is, or how they deliver their program. So you really want to know that. And then you can start writing about that at the bottom of value post. You can add that in. You can go live and share that, at least once a week, twice a week. You can do emails. You can share it in the PS line. You can start dripping on people, planting seeds about your program in your ideal clients' minds. And the more you do it, the shyness goes away. The nervousness goes away. The feeling of uncomfortable. And the more you work with clients, you get more certainty that your program works. And you're always constantly improving it, right? So just recently, like today, yesterday and today, I just sent out a survey to my clients to ask them, you know, how can I make improvements in my program? Okay. And I'm waiting for the results back and go through them. And I already know some things that I'm going to do differently, but I need confirmation from my members that are in the program now. That's something that they want. And I'm sure it's going to pop up. So that's another way to tweak your program. That's a little side tip. So you guys, any questions here about being confident? It's really just owning your program, writing it out, create content around your program. Don't be afraid to give it away, give value away every day. Okay? Don't be afraid. Because people are just reading it, scrolling by, reading it. Most people will not implement what you tell them to do in your post. Okay? But I'm planting a seed in all of you that are on here and all of you that will watch later on. I'm planting a seed in your mind because I'm letting you know a component of my program of what we work on. We work on this. We work on fleshing out who you work with, who your program is not for, what are the outcomes, what do people get out of it, what are the breakthroughs, what is the transformation, what is the experience, what is the component, what is the framework. I mean, we flesh it out and spend a good 2 sessions on that at least. Okay? So it doesn't look like there's much. Hi, you guys. Hi, Karen's on. Shannon, hi. You made it. Sure, easier to talk about it by talking to former clients and others about what I'm up to. Okay, you know, if that allows you to get more comfortable in sharing your program with others, do it. I mean, my poor husband has listened to me day after day after day, refining my conversation, my thoughts, my words, about how to share my program. So he knows it inside and out as well, you know. And I'm sure that you all see that I at least once a week am talking about my program, either in a post, in an email that you have received, or going live here online. You're learning about my program. Yeah, confidence comes from ownership, taking a stand. And realize it's not you that they're buying the result, okay? You're just the vehicle. Your program is the vehicle to help someone get to where they want to be. Take the focus off you. You are just the creator of the program and somebody who's going to hold their hand or guide them through the transformation or the breakthrough that your program provides. Okay? And you're there at being accessible and holding them accountable to move them through. That's all you are. You're the conduit. Okay? They've got to do the work. They've got to do the work to have the breakthrough. So take the focus off you, put it on the program, okay? And what your ideal client, your clients, what result they want. Okay? Moving from struggle out of struggle and having a result or an outcome that they're dying to have. So they're not in their struggle day after day. So there's some liberation, their freedom. Because most of us, before we hire a coach, there is a problem that has been haunting us, not for days, but for years. And we're finally ready to give it up. Yeah, you're the conduit. Exactly. You're the conduit. Take the focus off you. It's your program, the delivery of your program that they're going to move through that's going to provide the transformation, the breakthrough, the transformation, the experience along the way for them to get the result. And you're just the guide guiding them. Okay? because you've gone there before yourself, or you've already helped other people move through the path from A to B. All right? Okay, you guys, that's it for today. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next week. Bye now.